Oh, g'day, Adam, VK4GHZ. We're just setting up here at Mount Cootha for a bit of 10 gig activity and hoping to work Ian, VK4GHZ, who's down on the Gold Coast at the moment. There's a few of the local boys out, various little hilltops around Brisbane, so should be fun. Now I've got my other transverter box here, which I'm using purely for the Thunderbolt in it. So we'll hook that up pretty quickly. Plug in the GPS antenna. There we go. It's got power, GPS, and that'll just take a minute or so to boot up. Now while the Thunderbolt's powering up, I'll just get everything else ready. It's a pretty simple setup here. I just need to take the 10 megs out of that box and feed it into this box. Plug the FT817 microphone in, like so. This is a special microwave cable which you can get on eBay. It's a low loss cable. It's quite flexible. It's 90 centimetres long. I bought 2 of these for, I think it was around the $90 mark. But 10 gigs, you can't really be mucking around. So that's all that's involved. Okay, it's a bit hard to see in the daylight here, but that red LED is lit. It indicates the PLL in the Coon module is locked.
Peter's a little bit higher as well. He's got his tripod up on the back of his truck, so it's all good fun. But I heard Adam there, so I might time with you, Ian, and thanks for the contact, and see where to go next. VK4GHZ portable, VK4KJJ. Yeah, okay, Ranger, no worries. Well, glad to know it's all working anyway. Alright, catch you later, VK4GHZ portable, isn't it?
CQ, Victor Kilo 4 Golf Hotel Zulu Portable, Victor Kilo 4 Golf Hotel Zulu Portable.
Yeah, VK4GHZ, VK4GHZ Portable. Signal up this way, Adam.
I was wondering who had the Roger beat. That answered that one. You're a good S9 on the guest meter, Ian. Over.
Yeah, likewise this end. Press that lock button. Okay.
Yeah, good, Ian. I take it you've netted with somebody previously. I'm on 150.00 and it is GPS locked, over.
Yeah, no, I spoke with Rex, but he said his GPS wasn't working. Okay, to connect A to B. So, having said that, he was pretty much on exactly the same frequency as we are now when I spoke with him. So. Obviously he's not too far off anyway. VK4GHZ, VK5ZD.
Yeah, very good, Ian. VK5ZD Portable 4 from Victor Kilo 4 Golf Hotel Zulu Portable Mount Cootha. I've never seen such a strong signal on 10 gigs. And this is actually my new system. It's a Coon G3 based system. So you're my very first contact with it, over.
Ah, excellent. Okay. Well, I mean, I would suspect the power levels are probably similar at both ends. Output from this system is of the order of a couple of 100 milliwatts, so you would expect things to be about the same both ways, I guess. But yeah, you are certainly a very solid signal here. No trouble copying you at all, over.
Yeah, Roger, Ian. VK5ZD Portable 4, VK4GHZ Portable. Running about 250 milliwatts, I think. That's the barefoot power of these things. I do have another dish that I just got ready yesterday. Actually, it's an offset dish with the Silver Fox 10 gig and 24 gig feed. So I'd be keen to give that a try in a short time. Just wondering who else you've worked.
So far, only Rex, but then in the last few minutes, I've just relocated 5 or 6 meters to a spot that's got a better view of the CBD. Rex was talking to 4 VK4GHZ, and I could hear Rex fine, but I could hear no sign of the other station. So hopefully with my new spot, which has definitely brought signals up,
I might be able to hear him this time around when he comes back on. Over.
All right, Ian, I can hear Peter VK4EA there off the side of the dish. I'll let you try and work Peter over.
Yep, okay, VK4EA, VK5ZD, listening.
Whoa, look at that. Plus, plus, plus.
Dark ADC called up earlier on the repeater, and I wasn't able to work him the other day when I was up here, and he reckons he hasn't been able to change anything at his end to try and improve it, so he could hear me fine, but I couldn't hear him, so not quite sure what was going on there. And just before I did my 6-metre move here, when KJJ was transmitting, I could just hear something in the noise.
Peter.
There's always conversation on 10 gigs after this, so let's just try and work it area, you know.
Well, there's Jeff.
You are quite readable there, Jeff, so certainly working over.
That's amazing. I'm using 10 milliwatts. I'm using 10 milliwatts, so I'm absolutely wrapped in that. You're a readability 5 strength 0, readability 5 strength 0, but quite clear. So thanks for the contact, Ian. That's great. VK5ZD, VK4GHZ.
So Jeff's running 10 milliwatts. Just goes to show you don't need to run a huge amount of power to have good results.
I'm using a TV dish, about 600mm dish, and a homemade feed horn, over. That's correct. I'm about 10 metres from where Peter is. Peter's got 250 milliwatts and about a half a metre dish.
So I'd like to show you my transverter system here. This is a dual band system. It has 5.7 gigs and 10 gigs in it. As you can see, I've integrated an FT817 transceiver into it. It makes it real quick and easy for setting up. There's no repatching between transverter modules. It's band changes are simply a flick of a switch like that. Now, not only can I select 5.7 gigs and 10 gigs, it also has an external position. So on the back of the box here, the control signals go out, such as PTT. There's a switched 12 volts, and there's also the RF antenna connector from the FT817. So I can then remote that to my other box, which is a dual band 2.4 and 3.4 system. So taking a look inside the box, both 5.7 and 10 gigs are based on the Kuhn G3 transverter modules. They work really, really well. You can feed them with 10 megahertz, as I've done here, or they'll work free running, no problems. Really, really impressed with the free running local oscillators. I was about 2.7 kilohertz off, which is not bad when you're up at 10,000 megahertz. These are the TR relays for each band. What I've done here, I've actually hooked these up arse about, so they rest in the transmit position. So I actually need to activate them to go into the receive position, which can be handy when you're running a dual band feed arrangement like this one. Because if there's any isolation problems and you're getting some leakage from one band across into the other, all that's going to happen is that the RF from one band is going to go up the bum of the PA in the other band and not up into a receive preamplifier, which could be problematic. Now, to do that, I've had to modify the Kuhn SEQ to sequences, so they work with the inverted logic. Not very hard to do, just one transistor there. This is the PA for 5.7 gigs. Don't know who the manufacturer is actually, but it's just known as the Wellington Group PA. Puts out just over 8 watts, so that's quite useful. This here is the IF switching board. So what that does, that's switching the FT817 out to the 5.7 or the 10 or the external output. I'm using 2 of the mini kits, 2.6 gig relay kits here. They're about $25, and I've just piggybacked 2 of them. One relay will feed the other one. So I basically get 3 positions. So it's a nice, cheap, easy way of switching your IF rig. This is a DC ammeter. It's purely measuring a supply current. There's no fancy monitoring. It's a pretty good way of giving you a simple indication of what it's doing. Over here we have a digital multimeter. It's a little bit hard to see in the daylight, but at the moment I can switch between battery volts, which is currently reading 12.5. I can monitor my relay voltage, which I've set to 20.5. These are 28 volt relays. However, they'll work just fine down to 18 volts. So I